Welcome back. 8 teams still have hope left to bring home the title in North Dakota high school football. Friday night, the boys on Varsity Sports Live recapped the Class 3A semifinals with Bismarck and Century claiming the Dakota Bowl tickets. And today, Jody is taking us to school on what happened in Saturday's contest. Jody?
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. It's days like Saturday that I both enjoy, yet kind of feel heartbreak at the same time, knowing the teams that played their heart out only to come up one win short of reaching the Fargo Dome. Let's start with Class 2A. Shanley entered as the top seed and knocked out 4-seeded Jamestown, but it was far from easy. Jamestown actually grabbed the first lead of the game on this Tommy Falk to Jeremy Williams 44-yard touchdown pass. The Blue Jays look confident, but then turnovers become a factor. A big collision leads to a Chris Erickson fumble. The Deacons recover and eventually turn it into a Cade Busick 1-yard touchdown run. Jamestown fumbled the ball 3 times in the first half, something you can't afford to do against a good team. Cade Busick scored on another QB sneak to put Shanley up 14-7 at the half. Despite 4 turnovers in the opening 24 minutes, the Blue Jays still had a shot in the fourth quarter. Trailing by 2 touchdowns, Falk finds Ethan McKenney for the 24-yard touchdown. It's 21-14 Shanley with 3 minutes to play. Jamestown got the ball back with a chance to tie, couldn't convert. Shanley finds a way to advance to the Dakota Bowl with a 21-14 win.
You know, our defensive coaches preached all week that the ball was going to be on the carpet, and it came true. You know, Jamestown put the ball on the carpet a lot this year, and credit to our kids just flocking to the ball, playing fast, and it led to some turnovers, obviously with some short fields, and we converted on a couple in the first half, which was huge.
We haven't won a state championship in I don't know how many years, but for this senior class, they're a special class, and we'd really like to have them go out on top.
Now, the storyline from the other 2A semifinal was the big plays between Central Cass and 2-time defending state champ St. Mary's. Joey Heinert set the tone by taking the second play from scrimmage 65 yards to the house. That was the start of a huge day for lucky number 7. Central Cass tied the game at 7 in the second quarter on a Braden Knutson run. What a senior season he's had on both sides of the ball. They get a lot of credit for their passing game, but he's been pretty darn good. But St. Mary's is just hitting its stride at the perfect time. The holes were big for Heinert, and he was making great cuts all day. 191 yards and 4 touchdowns for him. Central Cass tried to fire back in the second half, but the Saints' quick start ended up being too much to overcome.
That's perfect. We set the tone early. It's always good to start a game like that.
You know, we lost a lot of good seniors from last year. This group has done an amazing job. They've been a great group of kids, and they battled hard today. And it was really fun to watch them battle and perform.
So we get a rematch of last year's state championship. We'll see if we get a St. Mary's three-peat or if Shanley can hoist the hardware for the first time since 2012. In Class A, Hillsborough Central Valley proved again that to be the champ, you have to beat the champ. And if you're Dickinson Trinity, you're not going to beat the champ by turning the ball over 9 times. They forced Caden Kuntz to fumble at the end of the first quarter. Later, it's Eric Knopick throwing with pressure in his face, and Carson Henningsgaard makes the interception, one of 3 for him on the day. Offensively, the Burros pushed people around up front, and Oscar Benson, boy, he went to work, rushing for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Typical day at the office for him. The final was 44-8, and the head coach was more than pleased with the defensive effort that sent them back to the title game.
I think it's more about our first down and second down when they wanted to run the ball, and we stopped them to probably a 1 to 2 yard average. Getting them 3rd and long, I didn't want to be that way, and got some pressure on the quarterback. And our DBs are some good DBs that are not talked about enough. And getting 9 interceptions or whatever it was, 6 or 9, whatever it was, it's a fun thing to watch.
We were there last year, and we kind of know what it takes to win championships, and we're going to go out there and just play our game, leave it all out there on the field.
So the Class A championship will lead things off at 9:10 in the morning on Friday. It'll be a rematch from last year with the Burros taking on Langdon Edmore Munich. The Cardinals, remember, they graduated so many players off last year's team. They're back in the Dakota Bowl. They trailed Bowman County 13-0 at halftime in that semifinal, but rallied to win it thanks in large part to a fourth quarter pick 6 by Grant Romfo. The final was 22-19 for the Cardinals and the Burros. We're going to have a rematch from 2016 in the 9-man championship after Thompson and New Salem Glen Ullin took care of business. Oaks threw the first punch against the Tommies on Saturday. Garrett Meal hit Brackton Allender for the early 7-0 lead, but Thompson scored 38 unanswered the rest of the way. Caden Schwabe was electric. He hit Chance Danner for the score here, ended up combining for 5 touchdowns. This was the momentum swing of the day. Marcus Hughes with a catch, stiff arm, spin move, and balance on the way to a 78-yard touchdown catch. Oaks QB and standout defender Garrett Meal was injured on the play, and Thompson Boy, they ended up cruising the rest of the way to punch their ticket to the Fargo Dome.
My teammates were blocking for me. Luckily, I was able to keep my balance and make the play. And we short run. We always like to break out the big play, though.
We got off to a slow start, and we did that last week too. And you know, that's a testament to our leaders. That's a testament to our seniors that they stepped up and they took it upon themselves to, you know, right the ship, so to speak, and get going where we wanted to go. And they did, and that was fun to see.
I think the other 9-man semifinal had everyone's attention because Ray Powers Lake held a 7-0 lead at halftime. Brock Viola had a 75-yard touchdown run. New Salem Glen Olin kept turning the ball over. Evan Henke fumbled, 3 turnovers in the first half. This was the key play, though. Early in the fourth quarter, trailing 7-6, Henke tosses to Garrett Superior. Outstanding catch and run down the sidelines for the go-ahead score. The home team ended up holding on for the 18-7 win. It wasn't pretty, but they're heading to Fargo on Friday.
Yeah, we really were scrambling in the first half there, but the message at halftime was to finish, and we're gonna have to scramble some yards. We're gonna have to really grind out, and that's kind of how we got the game here. We grinded the entire second half, and we got the win.
It's really cool to end in the dome and never lose on the field this year. So that's a really good thing for us.
Thompson and New Salem Glen Olin, they should put on a show Friday morning. That'll be game 2 of Dakota Bowl 26. Kelly, out of the 4 Dakota Bowl matchups, 2 are rematches from last year, and the other 2 are rematches from 2 years ago. So a lot of these players will be somewhat familiar with playing in the spotlight.
Great stuff. Should be exciting. Thank you so much, Jody.